Those who are asylees in the United States have been granted asylum can and should file for their green card as soon as they can. Now, there's a question of how soon should you do it. Up to recent guidance, you could essentially do it as soon as your asylum is granted, but the case can't be approved until 1 year has passed from the asylum granting. That makes the timeline a little messy if the government approves your case too quick. So we like to wait a little bit, but we wanted to share one case that we had that was recently approved. So you have some timelines as to how it happened. Now, I can't get into all the details because obviously asylum is a tricky issue and it's a lot of private information. So we can't talk about what country the person is from, and backgrounds of the person may have effect on these kind of cases. For example, if they had, certain memberships in certain organizations or withheld some other information, they could come back and get you here. You may need additional waivers at the adjustment of status stage. And that's what makes it so important to have an attorney that goes over your asylum case and is aware of it to know which waivers to request as part of the adjustment of status case, which they typically will give. You just got to ask for it. But luckily in this case, we're going to go through, they did not require a waiver. Here, the client came to us about 7 or 8 months after asylum was granted and they're ready to file for adjustment of status. And we filed the case in March 6th of 2004. They probably had 1 or 2 more months to the full year mark. We're really happy with it. We got it together pretty quickly and submitted the case. And it was approved in December 11th, 2024. So around 9 months pending. It was like honestly a faster time. A lot of these cases are pending forever. A lot of it, again, it depends on what country you're from. This is relatively faster. I was thinking it's going to take much longer. We also had filed an I-730 for their family members, spouse, and kids to come to the United States. Usually that takes forever, 1 or 2 years. It got approved in like 3 months. I'm not sure what was lucky about this person that happened really fast, but it does happen. And like USCIS statistics are all over the place. So you could be one of the lucky winners to get these approved fast. For the case, you submit the form I-485 adjustment of status, which is typical for any green card case. You got to mark the right boxes accordingly and make admissions that if any issues that you had in the past in the case, have your approved I-94 record that the USCIS office gives to you once your asylum case is approved, along with birth certificates, passports, marriage certificates, and those kind of background documents. An affidavit of support is not required for these cases, but a medical checkup is, along with passport photos. So those are things to be aware of when you're filing an asylum case like this. But again, if you have background asylum, it's good to have a lawyer that knows your case, knows your background, to identify stuff now that you have waived. You don't want it to come back later once you apply for citizenship or even after you get citizenship, where they'll review your case and say like, hey, some stuff were said in the asylum case that were not submitted later on. Usually they're not supposed to really go back and read into asylum case, but as you see, these presidential administrations change and they may change rules on you. So you want to prepare just to do everything right by the book so you have a solid green card case approved. We've even seen it where they approve the green card too early before they could, and that becomes a whole headache of trying to tell the government to fix it. But these are some things to be aware of. These approvals are possible. We get them for asylum cases. My associate say you have a wonderful job on this one. I appreciate her work. If you want to schedule a private consultation with us about this or other kinds of cases, go to our website, jqqlaw.com/contact. Fill in the short form there so we get your information and follow up with you. I hope you enjoyed this educational information that was not intended for individual legal guidance to help learn about the USCIS immigration process for the United States. I'm immigration lawyer John Khosravi. Thank you for watching.